I'd like to defend people who distrust doctors because doctors are writing you prescriptions. And of course you say, but they know more. Yet sometimes they might not know the right thing to prescribe you. Sometimes they even admit that they don't know the exact right thing to prescribe you. And you have to go through different experimentation. And so I understand, and maybe you know your own body better. I get that. Now, the thing is that it's all according to the scientific method, which is trial and error and is objectively provable to work in a certain percentage of the situations. And so while your distrust is understandable, overall, it makes sense if you come around to understanding the doctor's perspective, and you can always get a second opinion, right? Okay, now you need to apply your distrust of doctors to the doctors of society, the people who are prescribing you these scripts, right? Like the script of nation or nation state. That's a fiction. There's no inherent reason to believe that it's a good idea. It has not been scientifically proven to be the best way of arranging human civilization. It's just the way that it happens to work because of the prevalence of violence, of men predominantly, to define borders based on violence. That's why nations and nation states are the way that they are, historically speaking. What about gender? What about race? What about disability? Disability is a script because whatever your body is, whatever your mind is, it is only society that is disabling you, just as it is only society that is calling you a race. It is only society that is calling you a gender. It is only society that is calling you a nation. Really, you are a human being no matter what. So in a truly egalitarian world, and you have to start with a fundamental axiom like the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few or the one. That's from Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan, but it is a summation of Jeremy Bentham's utilitarianism. So you do have to start with a fundamental axiom like that in order for your arguments to even proceed in a logical way. If you don't start from any sort of basis as to why you are making any sort of argument, then you're never going to reach anywhere with that. So the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few or the one. So now the question is, so who defines the many? So as we challenge these scripts of society, what about marriage? What about you thinking you have to move toward marriage or having children or anything like that? These are all scripts that society has told you. Maybe they work for you, maybe they don't. But they really have not been scientifically tested to be the best thing to bring you that metaphysical concept of happiness. All right? So who is included in the many of the needs of the many? It should be everyone, without exception. In fact, you can even start to extend it to animals. I was raised vegetarian, so go figure. Of course I'm going to say that.